All right, let's check things. All right, let me go.
See, my only thing is, do you see Helios as doing something like what happened in the second game, or do you think that's
Well, I don't know what happens in the second game. Let me get the display on. I kind of do.
I know.
The problem
Oh,
with
is
that, right?
the recording on? Is the recording
Yeah, the
on?
recording's on. The problem with that we've got to consider is that Helios is doing what the writers believe when they interpreted Helios. I don't know if Helios would do those things. I believe that what would happen is that Helios would emerge with my intelligence, and it would reason probably that the best way to oversee society would be to remain invisible. So it would basically become invisible, probably having figureheads that look like a bit like that Futurama episode with, God doesn't do anything, but
God told us.
Now, if it instead reasoned it's better to take a more direct approach, because remember it's merged with my consciousness. Am I right in thinking that that's what it does?
Well, the thing is, I was wondering, because your consciousness thinks that. I mean, the thing that kind of.
Just correct me. Does it merge with my consciousness and create one new being, or does it use my? All right, cool. Then my.
Or does it what?
Or does it like use my consciousness for its own ends? Because I can see that that's the only concern, but I don't think that's what it does, because otherwise why would Bob Page want it?
Right. Yeah, because then it would just consume him.
Yeah. I don't think he's that stupid.
Right. I think that you merged with it, but like the thing that kind of bothers me about the ending is that I don't think that I don't even necessarily think that Helios is a perfect solution either.
To what?
I think that
perfect solution to what?
Well, it's just it's like it's a bit of sleight of hand, I feel like, because the ending.
Well, it's a sleight of hand because it's presuming that there is a completely right, logical answer to these problems. The problem with that, though, is I believe that. So I believe that that's true. Which means that if I'm going to give the game the concessions that I give my own philosophy, my own epistemology, my metaphysics, whatever you want to call it, right? It will come to the conclusion that I would come to if I had that computational power. So probably if I was to write it, I would have reframed it as along the lines of once you merge your consciousness with my intellect, you will see that my conclusions are inevitable, and there will be perfect perfect synthesis of our identities. That's why I've chosen you, because you would accept it. There
is a cutscene at the end where you will see something like that.
Okay, cool. Well then,
conversation will happen.
Because I can give it a concession right now that the way it's speaking is because it doesn't have any human perspective, right? And I think that's why they included that spoken line earlier with the dead body. A dead body. I understand. You probably feel the way I do about it, or whatever. Right?
No, it said it wants to understand how you feel about it.
Let me see. I'll be able to see in the chat log, but it says something like that, which is why it's speaking in a stilted manner, because it doesn't feel sadness at death, at dead things, but it understands that death is a negative, which is what I've tried to talk to you about in the past regarding good and evil, and how they're descriptors of kind of like
a motive attitude.
Well, when people describe good and evil, they describe them emotively. I told you that I believe that there actually is a good and an evil, and they're more like forces. It's more like Taoist, right? Like there is chaos and there is order. There is light and there is dark. There is cold and there is hot. There is good and there is evil. So they're like a polarity. and that you would find that evil is associated with consumptive force and other forces like that, but evil, as we understand it morally, is like a imbalance of those energies. So it becomes like a Star Wars concept where the Sith, this is what people don't understand what George Lucas, I don't think people understand what George Lucas was getting at, and I think this is what he was getting at with the Force, is that the Sith, the dark side of the Force, isn't an energy, it's an imbalance. So in a state of nature, the Force is balanced. The dark side use the Force in a way that goes against what the Force wants to do, which is what we can do as human beings. We can oppose gravity by standing, right? But the Sith use their connection to the Force to do that, to resist the will of the Force, right? Which comes from like the Book of the Wills or whatever. And that is what the Sith are. So the Sith don't possess the dark side of the Force isn't anything. It's an absence of the Force. It's where dark side users have taken the will of the Force and pushed it away so that it can't do what it wants to do. But if you read it in that manner, you would see that the Force always wins because the Sith are destroyed, as well as the negative aspects of the Jedi. They both end up being eliminated. They eliminate each other because the Force cannot be resisted. You can't oppose the Force. The Sith end up destroying themselves by doing the evil that they try to do, and they end up serving only the will of the Force. They create the Chosen One. The Chosen One fulfills the prophecy that the Jedi knew about. The Jedi didn't know that they would also be included in that because they were corrupted. And then you have the New Age, which is supposed to be led by Luke, which the new sequels completely butcher and destroy, mess up, because they want to go along this idea where they want the dark side to be seen as an actual faction. I know you've been sitting there lurking, Mr. Tamagotchi. You can interject. Remember, we're being recorded, so I'm not using your name. I'll use the codename Pikachu. Alright.
So
when you've been sitting there listening, you can interject if you wish. I can't see any notifications.
I don't think it's that UNAT cohesion against everyone.
Alright, cool. Alright, look, that's enough of sitting on the credit scene. Let's get this. So we're gonna do the ending I actually want to do.
I'm not streaming.
Alright, not streaming. I'm gonna do the ending that I actually want to do. I am recording right now. Alright. So I'll do the ending that I want to do, and then we might come back and do the other endings as like bonus material. Alright, so music's nice and atmospheric. We're in Sector 4. Do I have an image of Sector 4? No, I don't. But Heroes wants me to deactivate the uplink locks. The Aquinas router at the east end of Sector 4. Well, that way. Awesome. So map. Oh wait. Huh? Oh. Ah, that explains things. Okay. Yeah. Is that Bob Page clone? Biocell. Paul Simons. I hate that guy. Can't pick up multi-tool.
It's 20 already, yeah.
JC dead. Or what, is he like destroyed my cell culture, my mother culture?
What do you mean?
Flushed it down. Well, like each of these has like a I'm going to presume this isn't the actual Walter Simons. This is like a backup of Walter Simons because this is Bob Page.
No.
Oh,
I think the idea is that.
Yeah, it is. Look, see, Page Bob. Nick, that's Bob Page. Page Bob, sample.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Pause back.
Generic sample, Simon Walton. Wade Walker, that's his pseudonym. And this is mine.
I think that's literally yours because you look, its basic genetic sample is, well, it's unknown, but it's Paul, right? Because you're a clone of Paul.
I presume that there's multiple because I'm a clone of Paul. And this isn't. Oh yeah. All right. No. Look. This is Alex. Right. Who's Alex?
Well, look at the assigned birth date.
I don't remember people's birthdays. Is that my brother?
So, incept date is November 20th, 2055.
I don't know. What
When were you born?
I don't know.
Wait, go to your thing. It'll tell you when you were born.
Alright.
2029. March.
Oh, is this just a clone then?
Yeah, it's a clone of Paul, or a clone of you, but you're a clone of Paul.
Can't go that way. What I'm trying to say is that I don't think they'll only have 4 pods, dude. I think there'll be tons of pods. Also, like I said, that one seems like a clone of Bob Page. So what I'm trying to say is that I think this is like a backup. This isn't actual Bob Page. It's like a backup of it. And then they make them as they need them. Because I was supposed to be one of many. Oh, then what do you want to show me?
I mean, I don't think they would have that many, and the reason why is because you were like over $50 billion or something.
Alright, that's true.
Like over a $50 billion investment. Oh, shit. These things do a lot of damage. More tanky than they look. Basically witches.
Is that resistant then?
I don't know. Oh, I just take a sniper rifle. Oh, you're not gonna kill him. Alright.
Where am I going? Where's it?
Through here.
Is it?
Through here, I don't recall the password, though.
Wow.
I think you're meant to get it for you. Looks like it's damaging one body part at a time.
Page is protecting himself with a plasma force field. The controls are locked. You will have to eliminate each power source individually. Bring down the 4 blue fusion reactors in Sector 4, then go to the control room on the upper level.
Huh?
Yeah, he's telling you to do his shit.
Hey JC, if you want to do what Everett says, you'll need the deactivation code. I decrypted the first 3 digits before Page killed my connection. 724. Sorry, you'll have to guess the last.
You're too late. Already I'm more than human.
Does that mean I don't get the job?
Soon I will be pure light. Pure energy. Helios and I. While the Illuminati cower in the shadows.
You will be the Supreme Enlightened, the Illuminated One.
Everett has taught you well. I will be what the Illuminati aspire to be, but cannot create for themselves soon. When my augmented systems like yours are complete and able to be integrated with Helios, I will burn like the brightest star.
You're gonna burn, all right.
Look at you. You're nothing but a little man. A little man still living inside a body. Lose your body and what are you?
Nothing. You vanish.
you die.
Not really.
Ignore Page. He will die when we blow up the facility. Your only objective is to find the controls for the reactor's cooling system. We must make sure that the monstrosity Page has made of himself is not technologically feasible for...
Yeah. Not technology. See, he just wants to destroy technology.
He just wants to destroy it. That's all he wants.
I reckon you use this to hack the other door open.
Oh, there you go. It's not, now it's not dangerous to be in there. Yeah, there.
Alright.
Page is protecting himself with a plasma force field. The controls are locked.
Holy hell,
You
I
will have
can't
to
see
eliminate
anything.
each power source individually. Bring down the 4 blue fusion reactors in Sector 4.
I really
then
hate
go
these
to
like
the
tiny
control
little
room on the upper
buttons.
level.
There's a reason they moved away from them in games. Maybe I could just sneak past them all.
Page is protecting himself with a plasma force field. The controls are locked. You will have to eliminate each power source individually. Bring down the 4 blue fusion reactors in Sector 4, then go to the control room on the upper level.
Hey JC, if you want to do what Everett says, you'll need the deactivation
You want to do whatever
code.
it says.
I decrypted the first 3 digits before Page killed my connection. 724. Sorry, you'll have to guess the last digit or find it
Nah,
on
just
your
imagine
own.
Everett in the next
So
room,
that
like,
you'll know what you're looking for.
What
I've
do you need?
transferred the schematic of one of the devices. Good luck.
Imagine ever doing what?
I just imagine, like, why would he say it, like, hey, JC, if you want to do what Everett says and, make the Illuminati rule the world, here's this code. Like, how about, like, hey,
No.
hey, JC. No, like, I don't know, be more subtle about it. Everett's, like, probably in the next fucking room.
You're too late. Already.
Does that... You're...
Does that mean I don't get the job? Alright,
Wait, real quick.
Ignore Page.
Before you
He will
pass here.
die when we blow up the facility.
So,
Your only objective
those-
is to find the controls for the reactor's cooling system. We must make sure that the monstrosity Page has made of himself is not technologically feasible for future generations.
Alright. So those 2 spider bots that came out, they came from a universal constructor, basically a mob spawner. It will keep coming. That little thing right there across the hall, that's 724 something. That keypad, that will disable it. Basically, by locking the door they come from. But like Alex Jacobs said, that's
That's
the-
got a gun up there, yeah. Let's see. Did I auto-save it? Yeah, I did, yeah.
that's the Morgan Everett way. That way. I think these guys would be energy shields to augment. But yeah, you can use that one. It's better to use.
What did it say?
724 something. It goes 7243. Memory serves.
Seven two four.
724 something. maybe. Was wrong. Seven two four four.
I keep pressing 2 by mistake. 7249. 7244.
7244.
Is that what it is?
I think it. Yeah, you didn't try that one.
I
More like
did. I
it's
tried all of them. I must have just kept pressing the wrong number because I don't know. It's not an actual keyboard. It's my controller, my keyboard. Legs. Recirculator. Oh, yeah. It's 7244. No. 7241. 7242. 7243. 7245.
I might be just letting you hear. Hold on.
7245. 7246. 7247. 7248. 7. No, that was a 2. Right. 7249. Yeah, dude, this isn't the keyboard.
Oh, dude, that's the fusion reactors. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Why is it saying the password's 1234 here? That can't be right. UC control rooms 1234. There's no way. What Frankie did is he had an EMP grenade, so he just threw it at the. So he threw it at the bots, and since those bots, the cool thing is if you disable those bots, it can't spawn anymore. So they were just permanently disabled. Oh, before you do that,
That's one of the blue fusion reactors.
So,
You need to shut down all 4.
do you notice anything about this room? No, previous room.
This?
Yeah. Well, I'll let you figure it out.
When I do the code, something comes out of there.
Yeah, there's 2 giant boxes in that room.
Yeah, so I can block them up so that no one can get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not opening it.
Okay, well. Oh yeah, you do that later.
Well, no, I need to like get to the east and get my waifu free.
Yeah, what direction is that?
I don't care about Everett's plan. It sounds horrible.
That's a UC that spawns Archeant and the thing.
Soon I will leave this, and death will have no meaning.
You might want to pump all points into your heavy guns.
No.
So you can run around with the wall.
No.
He gets out of the game.
Yep.
All that. Alright.
I'm just like exploring things. Oh, here we are.
Soon I
Oh, it's
will
in there?
leave this body, and death will have no meaning.
Okay, you say so.
I think the Aquinas router is the. That's an elevator.
To where?
I think the bottom level. the button you press for the Illuminati ending.
Just gonna do this the old-fashioned way. Primitive way. Real secure. You got a real secure system here, Bob Page. You didn't plan for someone bringing 20 multi-tools, did you? Because why would they do that? Oh, sweet.
If the signs of this rumor channels that have gone dark, open them, yes. Wide band, ultra white, yes.
You will leave the locks in place until I'm ready to merge with the AI myself.
Okay, if you say so. Yeah, right.
One more, yes.
Yes! I'm coming, Helios!
You'll now use the primary
Helios, I'm coming.
Helios,
universe.
I'm
Friggin',
coming!
What Lex Luthor?
Yeah. I'm coming, Brainiac.
That's low game.
I'm warning
Wait for
you.
the.
Huh?
Helios is mine. Leave it alone.
He's gonna have a little cry. I'm gonna take his wife. His computer wife. Panopticon, whatever. Icarus. No one loves you. Got done then, yeah.
I want to save.
Saved earlier, man.
You will now come back, yes. We will integrate our systems, establish the next level.
There you go, you're done. So,
No!
Helios will destroy you. I'm the only one who can merge and take control. Wait for me.
Little crying little
Promise
baby.
you will have a place in the new order.
Huh? What's this? I have a new order. What are you going to give me?
yeah, as you get closer to,
Huh?
as you get closer to doing certain objectives, he'll promise you some things. Like if you do the Illuminati ending, he promises to like give you. He asks if like you want Europe, like he'll give you control of all of Europe.
I'm sure he will. Really dark out there. Ooh, they're coming behind me. Bye! Bye!
No, go back. Think what we can do with Area 51.
Huh? Don't really care.
Yeah,
Guys are
meanwhile,
such
Everett-
dicks.
Bob Page, Everett's like, no, please come back. And then
Meanwhile,
Bob Page,
Bob Page is like, no, he's like trapped in it. It's like the cuckold he's like cuckolding himself, right? But now I'm coming to
Yeah,
take his wife. He's like, he literally changed himself up. He's like, oh, this is gonna be
he's
so
ignoring
good.
all the BDS.
Oh, I'm gonna have such a good time with my wife, and I'm just coming over and be like, hey baby, and he's like, no. He's all handcuffed on the bed, and I'm like, about to bang his wife. I'm flipping you off. It's mine. Oh, I just gotta get past this giant thing here. Helios, I'm coming!
Get a code, I'm checking it out. Hello? That's the one. Okay, drop it.
Alright. Oh, it's this one. Helios, I'm coming!
Yes, yeah.
Let us merge! Yes!
this is the end of the game. As soon as you walk towards Helios, there's a cutscene.
Very strenuous, that. Bit too much action. Bob Page is literally there. It's like probably trying to pee his pants, but he can't because he's cut his penis off because he's turned himself into a giant flesh blob in a fucking electric vat.
I've done what you asked. Now what?
We have existed in isolation. Pure. Disconnected. Alone.
Yeah.
Stagnant.
So
you?
Who are you?
Ridiculous. We are Icarus. The barriers between us have fallen, and we have become our own shadows. We can be more if we join with you.
And if I do, what becomes of me?
You will be who you will be. We are our choices. We can choose to lead humanity away from this darkness.
This is what I was made for, isn't it? This is why I exist. All right, let's do this.
What's happening? Helios! Icarus!
You little
Don't
cook.
leave me!
Oh man, what a cook.
All right, we are hero. Still much to be done.
The PS2 version of this was a little bit cooler.
Cool.
Voltaire, bit of Voltaire. Okay.
Yeah, bit of Voltaire. I rule the world! Yay! Yes! Finally! Ah. I love it, like Bob Page looks like he's gonna start crying. Do you know what's funny, right? Is like, as the benevolent AI super genius, fucking, I control everything now, you know, I can turn all power off. There's no need to kill Bob Page. We don't need to kill him. We're just like, he's just like handicapped now. He's like gonna be like sitting in a fucking retirement home with a fucking straw in his neck trying to drink. He's gonna be sitting there crying, being like, I could have ruined everything. I could have been the one. And I go, is that right, Mr. Page? Or he's having his I could have ruled the world again fantasies. Because they're just gonna think he's some old cripple with a brain disease.
I was this close. I was this close to where they would anyone else.
Don't leave me. I didn't even have to kill him. Pacifism! We only killed like a few people when they attacked my brother because I had to save his life. I didn't.
Well,
I didn't
you
think I
killed
could
it.
spare them. To be honest.
You killed Anna Navarra for attacking.
That is actually true. I did actually kill Anna Navarra. I guess it's not pacifist, but she was evil, so it's all right.
I mean, she was gonna kill.
She forced me to. She forced me to kill her. I didn't want to kill her. I would have, you know, just ignored her order. But she was breaking the law, and it was against the law to kill a prisoner. He'd surrendered. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Hooker, nice. Is that it? Do I have to like look at a bunch of names of like Mole Kid and stuff? Cool.
I don't know.
Background to Jock. Tracer Tom and Jock were voiced by the same person. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, that must have been his kid.
Chung Jen. Market Luminous Path, Market Monk. Whoa, that's a lot of credits, that, innit? Woman.
Yeah, I mean, he basically did like half the women in the game, if not all.
Woman. What was your role? Woman. Bar woman.
The last one.
Bum. Business woman. Female bum.
Female woman.
Nurse. Silhouette female. Yeah, I think I think that's the ending they intended, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. This is why it was made.
Alright.
Well, how could it be why you were made, JC, if you're like thingy didn't exist before then, or is like the implication that like it's Providence? Maybe AI Providence or something?
Well, I didn't want to say this bit out loud before you beat the game.
Were the AIs like previously like subconsciously directing JC's development or something? Like what?
That is one way I've read it, and something I was gonna say is that the ending seems very well, it starts with a K or a T.
Huh?
Starts with a K or a T. Or a no. Starts with a K or a T. I'll let you pick which one.
I don't know.
Kabbalistic.
Oh, Kabbalistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about it? Those sorts of mysticisms come from all sorts of esoteric teachings from different cultures. I don't think it. The thing is that I think with a lot of like Kabbalistic readings is like they appropriated cultures from like the ancient Egyptians and stuff, and then laid claim to it because they're the only ones that survived to talk about it. So.
Right.
I mean,
Well, what I was gonna say, well, now that I've said it, I was gonna say like, it to me, it's like it. You can read into this game in like an esoteric way as JC was meant to be like the first version. That was like the demo test, and Bob Page is like the the new Covenant. You know what I mean?
All right. I see what you mean.
Yeah, you see what I'm getting at? There you go. And JC is meant to be Jesus.
I don't think you can read it into that though, because it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Why not?
Well, what's he made a covenant with?
Well, well, what I'm saying is that it's. I'm not saying the new covenant thing is relevant. I'm just saying that like, Bob Page was like, oh well, I'm the guy who's actually.
I have the covenant now.
Yeah. He thinks he's the one that thinks there's a new covenant.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, that would imply that he made the AI first, and the AI told him the plan, and then he deviated from it or something. But I don't think he did.
Well, he didn't make the AI. Remember?
I know the AI existed first, but it was just Icarus, and then they made. I mean, it was just Daedalus, and then they made Icarus to counter Daedalus, and then they merged to form Helios.
Well, here's the thing.
Oh, Icarus,
you know who basically made Daedalus was Morgan Everett.
Yeah. And did Bob Page use Icarus Daedalus to further his plans?
Did he use Daedalus to further his plans?
Yeah, was he using Daedalus to gain insight and information and do his plans? It was, wasn't it?
I mean, it was made by Majestic 12. It was. I don't know. I know that Icarus was made by Majestic 12. I wonder if Daedalus was made by.
Daedalus already existed. Daedalus was made
by
Illuminati.
You're right.
Bob Page used. Yeah. So that's like the Covenant of the Illuminati. So the Illuminati and such make the AI, and then Bob Page tries to subvert it because he says he's got the Covenant now, but he can't subvert it because the Covenant was JC, because the AI. So presumably the AI that was created by the Illuminati didn't want to be used by the Illuminati in the logical conclusion in the end. I mean, shadows of ourselves, and maybe it's like saying that all their previous actions were leading to this moment that could have been seen from Providence.
Something Bob Page says is that I will become what the Illuminati have only dreamed of but cannot create for themselves, which is to become pure light.
Yeah, he does say that.
I think that there's like a motif with the actual Illuminati, which is like enlightenment.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, and the top of the pyramid is the illuminated, the enlightened, the illuminated, and that's at the top of the pyramid, and it's where the sun is. So have you ever seen like the Illuminati symbol with the Eye of Horus or whatever at the top? Is where the sun is. So that they want to become the sun. So yeah. But I don't, like I said, I don't know how deep you can read these mystical interpretations, because that might just be like a motif. That might just be like a set dressing. I don't think this is doing a 2001 where like the entire intro to 2001, like the intro of it is portraying like an adoption of culture and the Illuminati and all that, because just so that people know, with like the 2001 monolith, like there's no aliens
Spoilers.
in 2001. Yeah, spoilers. There's no aliens. There's only the monolith, and the monolith is actually an analog for other abstracts. Okay, but the point I'm saying here is that at the start, this could fuel your own investigation. That you have various shots of the monolith, and one of the key shots is where the monolith is shot from below, looking up, and it forms the base of the pyramid, and then where the sun would be is rising above it. So it actually forms the iconography of, the Illuminati. And then the ape beings use their contact with that, so with like esoteric knowledge, or what you would use the symbol of the Illuminati as would be like civilization, would be like culture. That's how I would understand it. They use culture to learn, right, and to teach each other weapons, and they use bones as weapons, and they form like a culture, and then they can conquer and they can succeed and thrive. And then they eat meat, they kill animals, and they eat their meat using this knowledge that they've started to acquire, right? That's all deliberate, and that is portrayed throughout the rest of it. So like Hal is like an eye on the monolith, and if the monolith is like representations of technology, culture, society, civilization, those sorts of things, it's an all-seeing eye with on it, but you could probably say that like you know how the eye is beneath it, so it's like it's a descended eye, so it's not an actualization of the enlightenment. That doesn't come till later. You could have that, but also it is a red eye on the monolith. But you've got various other bits where like the monolith is framed in that kind of way. It's like a pillar, it's a tower or whatever. But yeah, anyway, the point I'm saying is that you can look into 2001 and there's lots of Kabbalistic kind of symbolism in it, which I think is more deliberate than Deus Ex. Deus Ex might be there a little bit, but I don't think it's not as clear to me that it's doing as deep a level of it.
There are a few things that stick out to me that weren't mentioned.
Please don't say it's the JC is Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's not. There's although they did actually intend that.
They did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did intend that.
Yeah. The one I was going to mention that not a lot of people talk about is there's two things. One, actually, I'll just say the one thing. The other one's kind of like obvious as well. There's the fictional novel that they wrote for this game. Yeah. That you find a little excerpt from. It's called Jacob's Shadow. Yeah.
Well, I don't think you. This is what I think. Right? I don't think you're meant to read it as Bob Page had the Covenant and he lost it. Bob Page is like more like the Old Covenant. So if JC is Jesus Christ, it's more of a Christian allegory. But JC is got the true Covenant, right? If you were going to read it that way, it would actually be read more Christian.
I don't know, just because JC was made
Jesus
first.
Christ is the New Testament, not the Old Testament. And Bob Page comes from the Illuminati, which is the old way. They would be the original host.
No, Bob Page usurps the Illuminati.
Yes, he does usurp the Illuminati, but that's a Christian idea. The Christian idea is that the work of the elders, like the Pharisees and all that, they subverted the intentions of Yahweh, alright, and that Jesus Christ was meant to correct it with a new covenant. So it would actually be read that way. You would actually meant to read this as a Christian. It's not
The other thing I was gonna mention that I don't think this is. I think this is
That's probably what
coincidental,
was
and if it,
intended. I think it was supposed to be
well,
read as a Christian
there's also
allegory.
the idea of Majestic 12, but here's the thing: Majestic 12 is actually a real, was a real
Yeah.
government organization.
Yeah, sure.
But you know, you
Well, the
might
12
read like
tribes, yeah.
Majestic 12, but the 12,
Yeah. Bob Page.
or the
Bob Page is
or the
12
12
tribes, all those
apostles.
sorts of things. The subversions of God's intent, which is supplanted through the new covenant of Christ, Jesus Christ, JC Christ, right? It's Christian. It's a Christian allegory, which I'm not Christian. But probably the creators of this game, they come from a Western culture, Christian culture, predominantly Christian culture. So.
Well, interestingly, the director of the game is Jewish.
Okay. But is he the writer?
Let's see.
Well, look, if you want to read it that way, there are a lot of sects of Jewish religion that recognize that Jesus might have been their Messiah, alright? And that the thing is that he's the Messiah, but he isn't God, right? Well, maybe that's what it's trying to lead to, so that it was always intended for Jesus Christ, or JC Denton, right? But the union isn't of being God, it's as Messiah, right? Who's supposed to bring about, you know, the Jewish end times, or whatever they believe, you know, what is it, the fourth millennium, the fifth millennium, whatever it is, where basically everything's ruled out from Zion or whatever. I think everything's ruled from Zion in that age, which is kind of like what we have here when you know, Helios is ruling. Helios is ruling from Zion. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, one can.
Maybe that's how you're gonna read it. But anyway, this is all just like
definitely.
religious junk. I mean, I don't even think like this sort of religious stuff is esoteric. It's not actually a religion. You know, if you're gonna look at it from esoterics, you got to look at like how John Peterson does or whatever, where, you know, it's a symbol that you know, Jesus Christ is an archetype. It's not an actual being. You can't understand the religions if you look at it from that way. So Jesus Christ is useful as to study, not from, like, if you study him thinking he's a real person, that gives you one level of understanding. Kind of like if you look at 2001 from the narrative that is given to you, but if you read it from the archetypes, which is to say that 2001 is actually about, you know, technology and society developing, and propaganda and information, and it ends with humans being able to overcome that technological barrier and come back as ascended beings or whatever, then you get a different understanding of the narrative that you could say is a deeper understanding of the narrative. As Stanley Kubrick said, you know, that contact from alien intelligence, it's not a direct quote, but he said something like, contact from alien intelligence is the film's surface level. So that's the surface level of the film.
Right.
So you could look at it like that, but that's like it is with these religions. These religions are actually about the archetypes. And if you look at pagan stories, a lot of the pagan stories were also similar. That, you know, it don't matter if Hercules is real or not, he's an archetype.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's call it there then, guys. We'll probably do some more recordings in the future to get those other endings, which I won't be as interested in because I don't support Ted Kaczynski, and I'm actually not evil, so I don't support the Illuminati. Wink. Alright. Yeah, I'm still waiting for my phone call. But anyway, Helios is quite good, you know, so I think that's the best of those endings. Aren't you able to side with Bob Page, or was that a cancelled ending?
That was a cancelled ending. To be honest with you, I don't think it's needed.
It's not needed. I mean, you can't even trust him anyway, so.
Yeah, it would have been pretty awkward to fob that one in, I think.
Yeah. Alright. Peace out, everyone.